It is live. We're live now. Sorry for the delay, everybody. I think we're running about 2 or 3 minutes. It looks maybe 3 minutes behind. So my apologies. It was all on me. I was starting a system update, and that usually doesn't take very long, but it took actually about 15 minutes longer than I expected. But anyway, I'm here. How are you,
That's
Miss
all
Leo?
right. And I'm here. I do have a question for you. I'm having an issue with the Google browser where, and I don't know whether you can, if you have had this problem where when I have multiple tabs open in Google, it freezes.
Well, it's funny. I thought you were going to say something else because you gave me kind of a pre-warning just before we went live, and I'm having an issue when I go to hit some of my tabs. All of a sudden, the thing just clears right out. It won't let me. Oh, now it's not doing it. Oh, that's weird. It was doing it up until a couple of minutes ago. It's one of the reasons I did an update, and then I thought the update was an issue too. So
Yeah, it's been for about the last month. I've had a problem with the Google browser, and with it freezing. So if anybody else out there, if you have any fixes, let me know. Because right now I've been with Google, and of course, there's a lot of people evidently having this issue with no fix. So it just must be an issue with certain browsers and compatibility. And
so are you talking? You're using Chrome, and that's what's freezing?
Chrome. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I haven't had that happen. But
and it's not freezing my computer. It's freezing my tabs. Like I can't do anything. So when you were trying to set me up for, when you sent me the invite, I was using Mozilla, and evidently that's not compatible with Google. So I couldn't answer the call.
Oh, wow.
Lesson learned.
Well, see, there you go. Well, it's, you know what, now the more I think about it, I haven't had it happen like you're describing, but I may have had it happen a little bit, but I did have something weird going on with some of my bookmarks. I have some bookmarks that because there's stuff I use over and over and over again. And it was just kicking me off like constantly every time I tried to get to this page, and I'm not sure what was on there. But I did have a brand new system update that just came in. And I did that because there was a little bit of a kind of a glitch, and that other issue just went away. So I've
done all the fixes that Google's recommending, from uninstalling and installing and updating and doing this and doing that, and nothing works. So I finally gave up because I like, I'm done. I'm over. I said I went to Firefox now for a while, just because I can't stand not being able to use the browser and having it freeze all the time and having to shut down. I don't have to shut the computer off. I just have to reboot Chrome. It's really weird.
Wow.
So if you come across anything, let me know.
I will. You know, it's funny. I normally hear about stuff like that if there's an issue, and I haven't heard of anything, and I haven't experienced it, so I didn't look.
When I Googled it.
Well, obviously it's occurring, yeah, but I haven't had that specific thing.
There's a number of things, but nobody really has a good fix for it. So anyway, welcome everybody to QFF now on Thursdays.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Now on Thursdays.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about YouTube video and marketing and all that kind of good stuff. And it's funny, when we were talking about doing this, I was going through my archives. I've got a lot of video that I've done over the years, because as soon as video was out there, I'm always into the new stuff, and I started doing stuff. And I came across, ready or not, my very first video that I ever did, and I would like to share it and just let you see that.
I'd love
this is going back. Now, let me just see if I can bring it up real quick here. I don't know where it is. There it is. Let me see if I can find it first while you're chit-chatting there, and go to here. Okay, that's this one. Okay, so I'm going to stop that right now. And I have to, okay. So I guess I have to share my screen.
Yes.
Okay, so screen share, and I want to, okay, there you go. Okay, let me know when you can see that.
I can.
Okay, so you can see this is back in February of 2011. And this was my very first video. And look at it, this is this one video, 2,209 views.
Nice.
Yeah. And when you see it, it's nothing. So, but the whole point of this is, like, don't be afraid to get out there and start doing video. And I used to do this series called Out and About Myrtle Beach. And wherever I was, I would just shoot a video. So this is the very first one that I did.
We're not getting the volume side of it, but we can see the
Oh, okay.
image.
So there's music playing. Okay.
I figured there was. I saw you
Yeah.
playing. I saw you playing with the volume thing.
Yeah. Okay.
But I can see the
So,
pictures.
okay.
Yep.
So you can just see this is all just is the boardwalk. This is just showing Myrtle Beach. And there's some funky music playing. And again, this was taken in February. It's a nice sunny day. And
Yeah.
I was sending this back out to people in the north, of course, you know, letting them see what kind of weather we were having.
Nice. Yeah.
Get a little picture of the ocean. Boardwalk again. I think that's Pier 14, if I'm not mistaken. And that's it. So that's one of the many videos that I have. And what I used to do is just go out there and there we go. Let me just stop this. Okay. Like I said, my thing back then was out and about Myrtle Beach. So anytime I was out and about, I would just shoot a video, and it didn't matter what it was. It could have been I was going to a restaurant or, you know, going to the food store, whatever, and I would shoot that. And those videos all got lots of hits because this is what people want to see. So when you and I are talking to people about video, it's the real stuff people want to see. It's the real things you're doing day to day. It's not the pre-done and, you know, all the pre-staged stuff on the videos on open houses. And they want to see you walking through a house. And, you know, so all the agents out there that are like, oh, I don't want to be on video. And, you know, they don't have to be on video. I don't think I'm in any of my videos. You know, I might have some voiceovers and talking, but I think I'm on one or two just saying, hey, it's Sue from Myrtle Beach or something like that. But that was pretty much it. So, and like I said, these videos are still out there on my YouTube channels and getting hits all the time. So people still like send me information and because there's all kinds of, you know, contact information I have for the videos. But I just thought I would share that because I was like, oh, wow, I haven't looked at these videos in so long.
I love it. Thanks for sharing that. Hey, do you think, a question for you, do you think that's one of the popularities with things like Periscope and Meerkat?
Yep, absolutely. Live streaming, and why so many people, and again, a lot of agents don't want to do it because it's like, oh, it's live, and you don't have to have it on you. You can have it on the subject. Right. You know, you can go out there and live stream events at Broadway at the beach, just at the beach, going to the mall, whatever. It doesn't have to be about real estate. Show them what Myrtle Beach is and what we offer and what we have. You know, just sometimes what I'll do is, since I do property management now, I'm not really out selling, but I still do property management and we do rentals. So I do videos for my rental properties and show the neighborhood, what's around the neighborhood. Hey, this is right down the street from a CVS, or you can walk to this, or you can go here. It's 2 minutes to the airport. Here's the airport, and take a video of that. So, you know, you don't have to be on the video.
Right. I am so glad. You and I both know we've talked about this.
I know
a whole bunch of times, and yet it still is the thing that seems to be this stumbling block.
Well, the main thing is the agents, what we talk to a lot of them, is they don't want to be in front of the camera. And I'm like, you don't have to be. Or they're afraid it's not going to be good quality. It doesn't have to be. It just has to be real. And that's what I think they don't get. I think they think it has to be something like, if it's not, you know, if you don't pay $100,000 for something, you know, for a video, it's not going to be good quality. People want to see real life, real people, real happening. And that's why, like you said, Periscope, that's really cool because you could be live streaming. Open houses now are great using that. Here it's, I can do them from my rentals. Hi, it's Sue, stay and play. And here we are at one of my rental properties. Come on, take a look. Here's the neighborhood. I mean, what better way to display a property? I mean, it's just really awesome. So I think agents just have to get over the fear of that they're going to make a mistake or it's not going to be good quality. I mean, especially with all these cameras now, gone are the days of the old cameras on the phones. I think all smartphones, if you've got the most up-to-date smartphone now, whether it be an iPhone or Android, the cameras are just incredible.
Yeah, they are, and I don't own like the best photography equipment, but I've got a good camera.
Mm-hmm.
And the strange thing, I actually went out and took a bunch of pictures and videos the last couple of days because of the storm out in the golf course.
Right.
And I brought my nice camera and I brought my phone, and Again, I use all my photography online. So again, I'm not saying that the photos would print, if you blew them up, and that they would print as pretty as a really good photo. And, maybe there's a little bit lost in some of the definitions, but I'll tell you, for 98% of what I'm using photos for, my phone kicks my other phone's butt. I mean, or other cameras' butt. It really does take an excellent photo.
Right.
Yeah,
I know they've just improved the quality of everything. So, so I know you just did a class on YouTube. You did it this week, right?
it was supposed to be. It actually got canceled because of the storm.
Flooding. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we rescheduled it out on the 20th. So
of this month.
Yes, at the CCR, cool. We're redoing that then.
Well, there you go. So. There's a plug for you. Anybody who's watching this, please join Pierre at the CCAR, Coastal Carolinas Association of Realtors, on October 20th at 11 o'clock.
I believe.
Is it going to be the same time, 11 to 1?
Yeah, here, just so I don't say time, let me go to my calendar here real quick.
There you go. I think it was 11 to 1.
You're right.
Okay.
11 to 1.
Okay,
yes,
good.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, but anyway, so we're going to briefly talk about, again, YouTube and the power of YouTube and having a channel and doing all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to let you go over your top tips for right now, because we only have about 15 minutes left after.
Yeah, and I'm not going to cover everything I was going to cover in a 2-hour class, obviously. I'm just, I was going to treat this, it was kind of ironic since that class got canceled. I was going to treat this like a kind of a, YouTube and video 101. And just to kind of give some highlights, and not so much technical as it is more just what are some of the topics, what are some of the things to do, what are some of the things not to do, that kind of stuff. So
okay, so let's start with a brand new agent.
Okay.
What kinds of videos should they be doing? Brand new agent, no business, nothing.
Okay. I think you have to start by determining what audience you're going to target. So if that agent is going to be mostly doing, for example, buyers, all the videos that you do for a buyer are not the same as, for example, if that another agent was focusing on listings. The videos are going to be completely different. They're going to have different subject material, different content. Now, there is some overlap because you're going to have, some of the live stuff. Like if you're going to do something on a particular area of town, well, that would benefit both a buyer and a seller to some degree. But as a whole, the topic of the videos should match the target and the niche that you're focusing on. So let's say you were a real estate agent and you're going to be a buyer's real estate agent and you're focusing on, let's say, Carolina Forest. Well, I can tell you that some of the easiest videos to do first, because you don't have to be on them, and we can use yours as an example, is you could do videos on the schools in the area, you can do videos on the restaurants in the area, you can do videos on the closest beach to the area.
There's libraries, there's medical facilities, all kinds of things. You're right.
Absolutely. And, and again, you don't have to have your face on there, but you can certainly talk and say, hey, we're in front of XYZ restaurant. I've eaten here several times. My favorite meal is the following, but it's got great this, that, and the other. You can kind of talk about it and make it more engaging and enjoyable for somebody to listen to, and kind of, I guess, share what you think somebody would want to know about that restaurant, or about how close the beach is, or those kinds of things. So geographic and area-related videos, I think, are some of the easier ones to do. And if you can make them entertaining to an extent without you being on them necessarily, just by talking about how excited you are about that particular spot, or what the food's like at a restaurant, or maybe at the theater, or at one of the shows, for example, if that's in your area. All those things are just great user-friendly content that people enjoy seeing, especially those that aren't from here, right? So if your clientele, again, is a buyer buying a second home from out of town, a lot of them just don't know that many things about the area, and they're looking for an expert that can kind of advise them on your area that you know about, for example.
And as a brand new agent, whether you have listings or not, I mean, informational videos are awesome. Informational videos like what you need to do to purchase a home in today's market, items you'll need for your mortgage. I mean, and these videos should be what, a minute to a minute and a half. I mean, you don't want anything
as
long.
Short as you can possibly make it.
And do a lot more of them, right?
Yeah.
Short ones, but a lot more of them. So, because they could always lead up to, see my next video on the next step, and then build your video collection, and then you push them out there. So I know if I were an active real estate agent right now, I would be doing a whole lot of video on the new, what they call the TRID, that's coming out, and the new, all the laws with TRID. So if you're an agent in the area, you'll know what that means. But I would definitely be doing video on that and sending that out to my clients and letting them know this is what's happening. Call me for any further questions, boom, boom, boom. So there's a whole lot of quick videos. And again, I think you and I both, there used to be a thing years ago, 3 minutes or less. I'm all about a minute and 30 seconds or less. Just get your message across, and then you can build upon, because people don't stay on videos that long. They really don't want to. So get your message in there quick. So videos about what it takes to, from a buyer's point of view, what it takes to purchase, area demographics like you talked about. For a seller's agent, again, you could talk about top tips to get your home sold, what it takes to get a house listed today, all kinds of stuff. Should you stage or not stage your home? So, anything, just start writing ideas down and come up with content, write it down. I would say, prep and get ready, and then shoot a video. So even if you have a before and after, if you had a house that you listed and then you had staged, I would definitely do a video on that. Here's my, that could be a promo for yourself. Here's a home that I recently did. Here's the listing before, and here it is after it's staged. So call me if you want to have your home staged as well. That's it. Simple. Yep. No long thing. Just here it is. There. Boom. So.
No, absolutely. And, when I ask real estate agents, do you get a lot of the same questions over and over? And I think I don't think I've ever not heard yes to that question. And, I'm sure you get a lot of questions in around the same topics, around the same sort of problems and concerns, things like that. Those are perfect. When you said, you can build upon stuff, you can have the top 10 questions, for example. Just give you an example of some way you can connect the thing together. You just sit down there and let's say you write out the 10 most common questions you get every single day or week or whatever it might be. Write them down and then put them in kind of an order in your mind and say, okay, well, this is kind of the most, I get this the most, second, third, fourth, whatever. And then kind of have it say the 10 most common questions. Part 1, or the top 10 questions, and you can kind of do the David Letterman sort of version of it.
Yeah.
and in each video, it's just here's the question, here's the answer, and you should be able to do that.
Absolutely.
Like you said, in under a minute and a half, and if you can say it even shorter, all the better. And then at the end of that video, one of the techniques to do here or a couple of things you could do. For example, at the end of that video in your YouTube channel, in the description, not only say what the video is about and put a link in to your website and all those kinds of things, but have a link in there to the next video. Here's part 2. Here's the next question. And you can connect the videos together. You can take those videos and grab the embed code and put them up on your website, which is what I would recommend you do. And then have kind of like, you know, part 1 of 10, part 2, part 3, part 4, that kind of stuff.
Well, tying this into our conversation earlier today with landing pages, I would tie it into a link on your YouTube channel back to a landing page where you can collect their information as well.
Sure, yeah. If the video applies to that, absolutely. You know, you can say, hey, do you want to know the 10 best ways to save money on your next purchase? Give them 2 or 3 of them for free and say, hey, to get the other 7, put your information in here. They're on the other side. You know, if you give enough information that somebody goes, wow, I want the rest of those, and they trust now that you're giving good quality information, you'll be able to convert them.
Right.
So that's a great idea, Sue. I love that. You know, so frequently asked questions is a huge area, and you all have that. You already know what. And by the way, let me say this: for the few agents that have actually applied this, when you put those videos together and you have that phone call with the client, sure, you'll answer it again right there live if you have the opportunity. But the nice thing is when the call's over or during the call, you can say, hey, look, if you go to my website, I've got a tab called FAQ or something, whatever you call it.
Or you can just email them the video.
And that was the second part of this was, you know, hey, you can go there and check it out and look at for any things that you're not sure of. And when the call's over, send them an email and say, hey, enjoyed the call. I know you asked this question. By the way, I have answered that probably even better than I did on the phone. Here's the link. Check it out and let me know if you have any further questions, and I'll follow up with you tomorrow or whatever, right? So those are just great ways.
Don't you think it sets that agent off to look more professional, having a series of videos already there, so to answer those questions for potential buyers or sellers, when you could just link them and say, I just think it just makes you look so much more professional.
I completely agree. I completely agree. And it's good time management, both for you and your clients. And, you know, if there's that kind of solid information on your website, also when you're able to send traffic to the site and people are able to look at that, they find good solid content like that, it can be a very effective way to build an audience and build your lead base and stuff too.
And Pierre, you and I both know video is a huge, people would rather watch a video than to like read something. So having that link to your YouTube channel on your emails going out, of course, is a great thing. If you have a channel, just put a link on there so people can just click on it. You know, if you don't know who you're going to attract, but video was huge and continues to be huge. And the next thing is going to be more like the, I was just reading something about more of this 3D video. Have you read about that?
Yeah, some of it's pretty neat. There's a lot of guys and gals who are saying it is the thing now. It's got a little bit of a price point to it right now. So, but you know, most of these things when they first came out, they were more expensive. Than they'll become for sure.
But now the big thing is with video is they've got to do it. I mean, again, when I do searches in our area, and I know you do the same thing to check out, with the number of realtors that we have in our database here in the Myrtle Beach area, there's less than 100, less than 50 actively using video.
Yeah,
I mean, seriously.
It's low. I just know it's a small percentage. And
I just don't understand it because video is the hugest. I mean, that's what everyone talks about is getting return on your investment and clicks and getting people, pulling people in. They'd rather do that. So that's why you and I keep pushing these out, video.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get agents to do this. And I know we've done classes, and it just amazes me that we'll have a full room of people for video, how to do it. We've actually done classes where we've actually done video for the agents, creating the videos, and it's like they still have that fear of, oh, I don't want to do it. So I don't know how to get past that.
You know, it's, and that's why, you know, we started trying to give them a way around it, right? Like we even talked about it today. You know, you don't have to be on these videos. you know, I will tell you, if it's good content and you're shy, if you make the content good, meaning you're asking the questions and you're answering those questions in that same video that your clientele and people that you're serving want to know, and you deliver good quality answers and content with that, you will be able to generate an audience with it. I'll share this with you too. You know, I actually, I don't remember who taught this to me years ago, but there was kind of 3 stages to questions. They called one the FAQs. That's kind of the frequently asked questions. Kind of, if we all just sat down in our, you know, in our business, said, what do I get asked a lot? You write them down and then you go, okay, what's the best answer to that, and so forth. That we've already talked about that. The next level up, they call them SAQs. I had to check and make sure I was going to say the wrong one in the order. SAQs, and that is what you know. FAQ stands for frequently asked questions. SAQ stands for should ask questions. And these are the ones that define you as the expert. So you probably, as a realtor, get asked certain questions, and you know, let's take this to the extreme. A first-time home buyer probably doesn't really know what the right questions are to ask all the time. It's not that there's a bad or a good question. It just they don't have the experience to know about asking about this or about that. Well, a realtor who's been doing transactions and knows a lot about the ins and outs of, let's say it was a purchase of a condo, they may know, here are a couple of questions you should be asking your real estate agent, and have a should ask list. And I will tell you, those are the questions that people, when they see them, they go, God, that is a great question. Why didn't my realtor ever say that? Or why did, and without trying to downplay the other realtor, just by saying, here are questions you should ask your realtor, it in turn shows you as the expert, because people are going, I would never have thought to ask that question. Now that I know the answer, boy, that person knows the information. I want to work with that person. And then the third level, to take it one higher, excuse my French, I'll try and say this as nicely as I can, but they call them K as in kite, AQs. And that stands for, pardon my French, kick ass questions. And that is like that 1 or 2 questions that basically, when somebody hears the question and the answer, they go, that's the person I want to work with. And we each may know that question, or it's that kind of one that just separates you from the pack. And if you have that type of question in your portfolio and your videos and even in an art, you can do this in not just in video, even though that's the topic today. Those are the kinds of ways that you can really not only answer questions, give some good content, and then build your positioning as an expert as you go up into the SAQs, and then really separate yourself from everyone, or mostly everyone, with a KAQ or 2. Those are just wonderful content, both on your website, on your YouTube channel, to share out to social media channels, to use in emails when you're answering questions. They're just multi-purpose. And why we keep pushing them, and why we keep saying this is the thing to do. So,
well, because it is. It's about that's what people want, and that's what we read, and everything that we read about surveys of buyers and what they do. It's like, and the statistics out there of the videos. I mean, look at my one little video, my one that I didn't even really promote. That's like my first video, and I just left it there. I did not promote that thing, but it shows up because it was searched by Myrtle Beach, I guess, and so it came up. And then, I mean, I've got another video. Let me see if I can find this real quick here. Let's see. Go back. There's another video after that that has a lot of views on it. Let me just see if I can find it real quick.
Okay.
This might be it here. Let me just see. Okay, I'll play another here. Let me just show you another one. And you'll just see, I mean, like when I was doing these, hold on a second. Okay. Let me know when you can see that.
I can now.
And again, there's funky music playing. So this is downtown Myrtle Beach. Of course, there's a thing. And you know what that is? So this is just showing the area.
This is great.
And I had a little at the beginning, I don't know if you saw it, it said out and about Myrtle Beach and has a date on it. And of course, every video at the end should have some contact information. So, and this is something I put in there. That's something I did. I put in there WonderWorks online, so you can go there.
Great.
So you can add that to your videos. It's not that long, so we'll play it for a few minutes.
Sounds good.
And this one had like 1,100 something views, I think. 1142, if you can see it there. Now this is just showing somebody going across the zip line.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's great. You know, and imagine the person who doesn't, who's only maybe been to Myrtle Beach once or never at all, and they're looking for information and they're looking to buy real estate or whatever. You know, it's kind of like, you know, if they had kids. Well, mind you, this can be for anybody, but you know what I mean? It's kind of, like you said, I'm a big believer in, you know, giving the kind of content that either informs them and educates them and answers the questions and problems that they have, or you entertain them. And you don't have to be the entertainment. You can take, you know, videos like this and entertain them and show them what's available in their area.
And it just looks like, doesn't it make you, it looks like fun. Boy, that looks like fun in Myrtle Beach.
It does.
Besides the beach, this is what's happening there. So
yeah, I want to do it.
Yeah. So, and again, that's the end of that. So
yeah, cool. Cool. No, I like those. You know, and I just looked. I just noticed the time. We're a few minutes. Not that we have a strict schedule, but we try to keep this around 30 minutes. We're about 4 minutes over. I thought, just as the last thing, unless you have anything else, I was going to just quickly share everybody what it kind of looks like when you put this stuff up on a site and you start doing this over and over and over again. So I was going to show them sort of the accumulation of all of our Hangouts that we've done. So I'm just going to quickly share my screen here. Bear with me here. Let me know when you see that.
I see it.
So this is our MB Buzz website, and in here there's a under real estate we have QFF, which stands for Quick Fire Fridays, now on Thursdays, right? So this is the page, and of course we have a link over to our YouTube channel, and this is announcing this particular Hangout. And I even put in a video embed here of something popular to using Animoto videos. A lot of realtors seem to have liked that one because it was about the simplest way I could think to help them put a video together, or we thought of. And then down here, these are all links. Every single, from the one we did last week, the next one that we're doing right now will be right above. And these are all links to individual Hangouts. I even put a couple of videos down here, but just to give you an example, if I go to, it doesn't matter which one, if you click on it, it comes to an individual page, and then there's a LinkedIn video here that, you know, I'm just going to click it. You can't really hear it, but you couldn't hear that, correct?
No.
Yeah, but each one of these is just a little mini introduction, explains what the video is about, and just simply embedded on the site. And then because I've got sharing features, I can share this out to these various channels right from here. So that's just a quick example, and you can take those frequently asked questions, those SAQs, any of these geography videos that we talked about, the fun video that Miss Sue just shared.
Right.
Any of those kinds of videos can be put on your website and used and shared to bring traffic back to your website, to engage with you, look at your site, and you know, if they're interested in real estate, which you know, is your hope, you know, they may start doing a search, and before you know it, you've got a lead and a potential buyer or potential seller, for example. So
right. And the other thing too is that you can link video to your Facebook pages. There are ways to do that, and I'm just going to show them.
Let me stop sharing so you can do that.
Yeah, let me just see if I have it on here. Yeah, let me just, okay, I'm going to, hold on a second, I'll share it. Okay. Okay, so this is my Stay and Play, our property management. And you can see we have a YouTube right here. So when you click on the YouTube right there, it will open up and take you to the YouTube channel right there and show you our videos.
Yep.
Right through our Facebook page. So
Yeah, I do that on several of
mhm.
our Facebook pages too, and it works great. It's great.
Yep.
Thank you for
Yep.
bringing that up. That's a great idea.
So there's a lot of ways to do all that. So, yep.
Perfect.
All right. So anyhow, so the tips for today: do video.
Yeah, if
Don't
we
be
did anything,
afraid.
if we did anything, hopefully we'll encourage again. We'll encourage them to do some video. So
Either
yeah,
that or they're so sick of hearing us, they're like, "Shut up."
yeah, that's right. Who knows? But we're gonna. The one thing you and I are is very consistent and persistent, right? So
Exactly.
when we know something works, we do keep reminding them. And the
Right.
good news is, I mean, I do know people have adopted it. It's just, there's that innate fear of being on camera. So
Mhm.
take that fear away. Just don't put yourself on camera. And
Right. There's other ways to get around it.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
All right. Cool.
yeah,
Well, Pierre, I guess we'll see you next Thursday for
yeah.
QFF now on Thursday. And I don't know if we have a title yet, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah, we will. We haven't. You and I. We forgot, but I know. I think we're going to probably. We may decide to do another social media channel or something like that. But we'll see. We'll let you all know. We'll announce it. And thank you for visiting with us, Sue. As always, enjoy these hangouts with you. It's a lot of fun.
Me too. A lot of fun. So have a good night, and I'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Sue.